Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another match reaction, ladies and gentlemen. Liverpool 1, Brentford nil, and it's a win and it's a clean sheet and it's another Trent masterclass in this inverted role. There's so much to talk about on today's video. I was just wrapping up my space and everything. Ended the space. Now we're here. Everyone watching us right now or on the replay, you guys already know the drill. Make sure you slap the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single person watching us right now or on the replay, like the video, subscribe to This is Football if you're ready to do so. And big up to everyone who supported us on the watch along. Big up to everyone who supported us in the month of May, April, all the months. You guys have been absolutely incredible. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Make sure you slap the likes. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And before I get started, comment section, big up Killian, big up Drunk Vigo, Tarun, Captain Sal. Amarjit says, well done on dealing with Zayn, bro. That was just weird. I don't know why he came for me when me and him literally agreed. Big up to Momo, big up Kay, Shahin, Ilya, my guy, Musto, Nixter. Big up to Omar Rushdie, big up to What's the Point, big up to Hassi. Big up to Captain Sal, Robert Bell, MP. Big up to Hassi. Big up to Sebastian. Big up to Ahmed. Big up to Yuvraj. Big up to Captain Sal. Big up to LFC for the double. Guys, I fell asleep once. It's not going to happen all the time. Big up to Lannon. Big up to Danny Up the Reds. Big up to Robert Bell, KLFC. Big up to Zayn, Lee Govender, J Star. Big up to Yassine. Big up to EE. Big up to Mohammed Khalif. Big up to Daniel, Glory, big up to you, my brother, big up to Eric, Anissa, Gary Richards, big up to Rashi, Never Give Up, Strasbourg Steve, my brother, Felipe, Anfield Road, and it's not 1-0, it's like 5-0. Big up to Hitan, Aliye, Al Guapo, Selection. Oh, here we go. Hussam and his minions. I don't have minions. Big up to Tron, big up to Nani. No, it was one time. Big up to Ims, big up to Anissa, Nadir, Abdus. Big up to all of you guys, man. As I said, make sure you slap the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Big up John Thomas. Don't be a hater like Selection. Slap that like button, guys. Subscribe to This is Football if you're ready to do so. And let's talk. Today's video, I'm going to speak on the game a little bit. Big up here to there, J Star. I'm going to speak on the game today. I'm going to speak on performances. I'm going to speak a little bit like what this means to our future. I'm going to speak about yet another Mo Salah goal. I'm going to speak on transfers a little bit as well. So it's kind of an all-encompassing show today because I've got a lot I want to speak on, my lovely, lovely, lovely people. So let's get to it. Liverpool 1, Brentford nil. Here's the thing. Before let's just get this off the bat. Big up for Mo Salah equalizing Steven Gerrard, I think, Premier League goals tally, if I'm not mistaken. Make sure you correct me if I'm wrong. Today, Mo Salah for me was our best forward on the pitch. No doubt now Selection will come tell me it's because my minions and blah, blah, blah. There is no minion. It's just the truth. For me, Mo Salah today played out of his skin. He was kind of in his creative bag as well today. Like he was just on some next level creativity. He was dribbling past the players. It's not just a situation where he was kind of just scoring the goal. By the way, the goal wasn't even that impressive. I think he took a little bit of a wrong touch at the start and then fixed it with and scored the goal. But for me, overall, today, I think he was a danger man all along. And I'm going to be honest with you, kind of the other forwards let him down a little bit today because, he played that pass to Jota who made the overlapping run. And Jota kind of just, this was one thing Selection was right on. Jota just kind of slammed it to Gakpo, like just shot it at Gakpo. I think Jota should have held a little bit more composure there. Big up Lee and Qusay, going to deal with the super chats in a second. And the one, of course, after to Henderson, but Henderson can't pass gas, so nothing new there where Henderson ruins the pass. He kind of played the pass before the pass. He played the pass today. He was creating chances, creating havoc, really, creating all things in the final third in a positive way. Just kind of in his creative element, gets into the position for the goal of a chance he created from the start when he passed it to Fabinho. Fabinho with a lovely, lifted cross. Van Dijk, Salah makes that run. For me, Mo Salah today, absolutely unbelievable performance. I think he equalized Gerrard's goal in all comps. They just said in the comment section. So big up to him. Next up, we've got to speak on the man. Trent Alexander-Arnold. My personal favorite player. The one man that you guys all called me out for not keeping the same energy. Bro, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Oh my God. Oh my God. Trentinho, ladies and gentlemen. Trentinho. Trent, another phenomenal performance. This guy's passing is not normal. Like, people need to just deep. Guys, this guy doesn't pass normally. Like, just need to understand. So, like, Trent's passes is just... Please don't think that what you're seeing from this guy with his passes is just normal and we're just going to bypass it. Bro, the passing is absolutely unbelievable. Today, Trent, man, the passing bag he was in... I'm going to get on to Nunez in a second, but that pass he played into Nunez, honestly speaking, across the entire league, Premier League, from start to finish, every single team, how many players in the Premier League are capable of making that pass? Like, honestly, how many are capable of making that pass to begin with? You look at City, KDB makes that pass. Man United, maybe Eriksen makes that pass, maybe on a good day. For us, maybe perhaps Thiago makes that pass. Bernardo Silva, maybe. Like, you're looking really at a handful of guys in the entire league that are capable of producing such madness. He broke Brentford's entire defensive line with one pass. One pass, he broke Brentford's entire defensive line. And for me, what puts Trent above and beyond all the other right backs is, man said Ozil. Hello, this is 2023. For me, what puts Trent above and beyond the fullbacks in this country and in the world, to be honest with you, is his passing level. Trent's passing level, his passing IQ is on some next level stuff. I'm going to address the super chats in a sec, guys. Trent, for me, his passing level is on some next level stuff, honestly. Like, this for me is what puts him above and beyond the fullbacks that we watch. The passing is just unbelievable. The passing is absolutely insane, The passing is insane. The passing levels from this guy is not normal. Long range passing, diagonals, weak foot, through balls, in behind, weak foot pass. He kind of has it all. Like, his passing bag is really insane. Like, Trent's passing abilities is something for me that kind of elevates him above a lot of the people. It's just those kind of intelligent passes, if you get what I'm saying. I feel like he can do it in the final third. He can do it in midfield. He can do the simple pass right, pass left. He can do the diagonals. He can play the winger in behind with just one pass. The forward, he kind of has it all. And there's something I don't like from opposition fans, and sometimes our own fan base is doing it, referring to Trent as a midfielder and midfield this and midfield that. Here's the thing. Everyone on earth said Zinchenko has been the best left back in the league. And Zinchenko was playing that inverted role. No one said Zinchenko is a central midfielder because he played inverted. Last season, people were saying the same thing about Cancelo. No one said Cancelo is the best midfielder in the league. They were saying he's the best fullback and he was playing inverted. So I'm not going to switch my energy for Trent now and act like he's a midfielder. Like, no, he's not. No, he still is playing a fullback, but he's playing inverted role. So he's playing a totally different role. That's understood. But he still is a right back. That's the thing. So he's just playing it in an inverted position. And I see him tuck in kind of between Fabinho. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I see him kind of tuck in sometimes next to Fabinho, sometimes deeper. in between our two center backs, and it kind of forms like a sort of 3-5-2 almost. Or if Salah's not tucked in more forward, it kind of creates a 3-4-3 scenario. And I think that really helps us control games a bit more. One thing we've criticized Liverpool for this season, and it's been a correct criticism, is a lack of control over games. There has been a massive lack of control over games, and I think this is where Trent's position and the role that he plays, the inverted role that he plays, gives us a different dynamic in terms of control. Because sometimes you need control. Like, I just think he offers us that kind of, you know, control element. I've picked up the two center backs, and it's not just for the clean sheet. I thought Konate and Van Dijk both. I'm not going to say just Konate or just Van Dijk. I thought Konate and Van Dijk both today had great performances. I thought both Konate and Van Dijk defended really well, kept their positions really well, kept the high line really well, recovering really well to help out Trent. You know, when there was like a defensive action for us, a counter attack for Brentford. They really were getting in all these smart positions defensively, positionally. They were really well. They were really well off. I thought both centre backs today had absolutely incredible performances. Now, before I get into the midfield and the other teams and the other players, sorry, let me just address the super chats. Big up to my brother Qusay, who says, hit the dislike button to teach Sam a lesson to not be late last time. Just kidding. Hey, last time I apologized to the people multiple times. It was my bad. I took a power nap, and the power nap lasted 5 hours, unfortunately. So I just didn't wake up for the video. I'm going to have to hold that still. But khalas, listen, we try our best always to be on time. I was just wrapping up my space, Qusay. But thanks so much for the super chat, Habib. You've been a consistent supporter of the channel. Love for the love, my brother. Big up to you. Thank you so much. And make sure you like the video. Don't dislike, like Qusay is saying. Big up to League Governor says, big up, my brother. Thank you for cooking that top red. I should insert a cuss button. That top red Zayn. And you know, this is the thing. I'm just gonna address the whole Zayn thing because people have mentioned it already multiple times in the comment section. Guys, I went on the terrace today. I wasn't even in a fighting mood or anything. We won, so there was no reason for me to be upset. And this guy, after I spoke and I gave a very fair analysis of this game, comes out and says, "Oh, Hussam's waffling, Hussam's this, Hussam's that." I really wasn't waffling at all. And then he ended up, of course, I destroyed his argument because nothing he said debunked what I said, you know. So it's just people out here just like to chat shit on my name for no reason, you know. But you know, it's not like I'm an easy target or anything. I had to respond back. And Lee Govender, you know, my thing is he spent 16 minutes waffling and didn't debunk my point once. So, you know, it's just. Man don't even know what to say sometimes to certain people. Certain people just love to be edgy. Big up to Ryan. Thanks so much for the super chat. He says, big up my bro. Salah, Virgil van Dijk, Konate and Trent. Very good performances. I'm tired of Nunez now. Cost Trent a beautiful assist. Big up this elite channel. Big up to you, Ryan. You're an elite human being. Thank you so much for all the support you've shown us on the channel. I appreciate it, my brother. You know how much it's appreciated. You already know. Thank you so much, Akhi. Thank you so much for all the consistent support on the channel. And you know, you've been a great guy to This Is Football. As to when it comes to your first part of the super chat, I agree completely. You know, with everything that you're saying there. The four are actually, funnily enough, the four that I started with. I've already spoke on Salah, Virgil van Dijk, Konate, and Trent. I'm going to address the others now in a second because there are other players on the pitch that we also need to speak on. So, yeah, like there's multiple conversations that we need to carry on. So, yeah, that's basically the situation. Big up to Qusay, who says, Nunez is killing me. Zero footballing IQ. Trent is class. I'm going to address the Nunez thing now in a second because that was the thing that got me and Zayn fighting anyway. Big up to Joel, who says, Trent will bring in new Liverpool fans like how Gerrard got me to love this club. I just hope he doesn't leave this club. Trent makes me forget Jude. Joel, you had me in the first half. You had me in the first half. I'm going to tell you why you're completely wrong about that last sentence. The rest, I completely agree with. The rest I completely agree with, and I'm gonna address it now in a second and speak on it. The whole Trent role and all of that. I kind of spoke on it a little bit, but I think Trent for me today was phenomenal. And funnily enough, you mentioned Gerrard. Today we were having a Gerrard Salah conversation, and for me, Gerrard still is by far number one. Like, he kept us afloat for 20 years. Big up to Felipe, says Mane got dragged off after 50 minutes. You scammed us. Ni hao. Hey, I wish Mane the best of luck in his future endeavors. Big up to Omar, says drop a record like for stream today. Hussam is never late. Thank you, Omar. That's a very brilliant idea. Everyone watching us right now, make sure you slap the like button so I'm never late again, apparently. Big up to you, Omar. Big up to Selection, who says, honest question, outside of the pass to Robbo and Darwin, what makes you think Trent was good today? Brentford dealt with him in midfield, affected our build-up, I think you mean. We didn't control the game, by the way, forced long. Okay, I'm going to address your super chat. I'm going to tell you honestly my opinion. But before I do that, 150 people watching us, guys. There is no reason why we should be on 100 likes yet. Everyone watching us right now, slap the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Big up to Selection, Omar, Felipe, Joel, Ryan, Lee, and Qusay for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Make sure you all slap the like button. Make sure you all subscribe to This Is Football if you're ready to do so. The road to 13K continues, my loves. We are approaching 12.9K, and then after that, inshallah, we get to 13K, my lovely people. So slap up that like button and subscribe. Here's the thing, Selection. You ask about what did Trent to do today. And one thing, Selection, you can say about me is, and no one can deny this, is I've always kept the same energy. I'm always a guy that has always kept the same energy. For me, I look at Trent's performance today, and you say we didn't control the game, but I look at today's game, Mbuemo was offside for that goal that he scored. But other than that, I do not really recall Brentford creating wild, easy chances to score and them missing, or Alisson having to perform some sort of unbelievable world-class save. And that is due to the Trent role. Now, you're saying they limited Trent. I don't think they did at all, because that pass to Darwin Nunez already eliminates the idea that they limited him. Because if Darwin Nunez scores that, we're speaking on one of the best assists of all year. Like, also, we cannot deny that. If Darwin Nunez scores that opportunity, brother, that's one of the best assists of the entire season. And for me, when I say control, Selection, you need to understand control is relative. Control is relative. Because here's the thing. Controlling the midfield for Manchester City is a different thing to controlling it for Liverpool. We have been Selection so out of controlling games, so out of control, that a man that comes in, keeps it simple, keeps it ticking, pass left, pass right, try a few risky passes, that offers us control in an element. Because yes, we don't control games. What I want you to understand is, I'm not saying we controlled the game like Manchester City. I need to understand. I'm not saying we controlled it like Man City did. I'm saying relative to what Liverpool were doing, all the BS that we were on, we controlled it. So we controlled it compared to what Liverpool used to do. So for me, he kept it ticking, kept passing right, kept passing left. I don't think they man-marked him out the game. I don't think they nullified him. I think he was there. He was there creatively. He was there defensively, by the way. I'm going to give him massive credit. This is one thing as well to even add on to the point that people not speaking on a lot today. Trent defensively today was on job. Like, today defensively, he did a fantastic job for me as well. Today you see him in the correct position at the correct time, the clearing headers, the tackles. He just kind of did what was required. And they tried it. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, they tried it. They tried to attack down his side, but he was there. Him and Konate were there. In the second half, if you notice, Ivan Toney actually moved a lot more to Robertson's side, because he's like, now we're not even going to get anything down this side. So I hope I've explained that. Even though me and you can disagree, we always disagree, but I hope I've explained it from my perspective, because I think when I say control, maybe your mind directly goes to a Manchester City level of control. I'm just comparing Liverpool 1-0 Brentford to Liverpool 1 Brentford 3 earlier on that happened this season. Like, controlled compared to that, it was controlled. So it's I'm comparing us to us, if you would like. Big up to Nidal, who says, what I talking about. Number 14 is our number one. That's why Klopp keeps bringing him. He's just a joy to watch. Oh, no 14. You know what it is? I'm gonna speak on Henderson in a second, Nidal. Nidal was the guy that said Nidal was the guy that said we should call Henderson a thing last time, and he's the one that sent this entire comment section into laughter. And honestly, Nidal, I'm gonna address Henderson in a second. Thank you so much for the super chat, but my brother, this man just gets on my last nerve. Wallahi, I've had it up to here. Khalas, I cannot do this anymore with this Henderson guy. I really can't. But thank you so much for the super chat. Captain Sal says, no, Nunez the most unclinical finisher in the Premier League. That is simply a fact. People might get rattled. People might get triggered. That's a fact. I'm gonna address it now in a second, and this is what I want to move into now. Need to watch how they handle our build-up, not letting Trent get the ball in the possession he wants it. Yeah, but that doesn't mean they controlled him. Because even when he got the ball in the position that they wanted him to get the ball in, he still was able to create chances. He still was able to keep the ball. He still was able to pass it, keep it ticking left and right. Now, before I carry on, 150 people watching us. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you all slap the like button, as I said. Make sure you guys subscribe. Big up Nidal, Sal, Selection, Omar, Felipe, Joel, Ryan, Lee, and Qusay. Everyone, as I said, like the video now. 100 likes minimum. Subscribe to This Is Football if you're ready to do so. And now, this part Selection is gonna love. I have to also give credit for Curtis Jones today. Curtis Jones, last 5 games, by far our best midfielder. I think Curtis Jones is playing in his element right now. When it comes to Curtis, though, I'm a little bit wary because I've seen him play at a good level and drop off again. So, like, let's not sit up here and just act like he's been playing like this. The key in life, and this is why I give Salah credit, I give Van Dijk credit, I give Trent credit, I give all these players credit, Fabinho, etc., is consistency. So Curtis Jones must be consistent with his performances over a longer period of time. 4 or 5 games is not a long enough period for me to sit up here and speak on consistency like it's like, oh, he's extremely consistent, he's unbelievable, all this. No. I'm not going to say Curtis Jones is on some next level consistency, he's unbelievable, all this stuff. Like, he needs to do it week in, week out. But his performances has been good recently. He's played well. My problem with Curtis Jones remains the same problem. He's improving on it slightly, but the one thing I kind of just gets a little bit on my nerves with Curtis is sometimes he doesn't release the ball quickly. Sometimes I wish like he just releases the ball quickly. I get it if he's playing like, you know, in a defensive position, or he's just in front of Fabinho and he doesn't want to release the ball quickly. You know, he wants to play a little bit more defensive. I understand that. But a lot of times, like, we're on the counter-attack, we're attacking, there's a guy making a run. I just wish he makes that decision quicker. I just wish he makes that pass quicker. I just wish he kind of just releases the ball a bit quicker, just to allow us to create an attack, just to allow us to, you know, to get into dangerous positions, to do what is required on the football pitch. Am I lagging or am I good? Yeah, on the football pitch. So I think for me that is key as well. Like, I just want him to release the ball a little bit quicker, but Curtis Jones been doing really well. Big up Fabinho. Fabinho today for me had an unbelievable performance as well. Big up Fabinho. Probably you could argue as well as the man of the match, because for me, Fabinho today, unbelievable performance once again. And he was kind of in his Fernandinho bag today. Couple of smart tactical fouls, didn't get sent off, you know, was very careful with his tackles, smart positionally. That cross for Van Dijk was very smart as well. So for me, I thought Fabinho had a phenomenal game. Now let us address the elephant in the room, the forward line. You know, earlier on, I just touched on it slightly. Right? And I want to go into what Carragher said as well. And this, for me, is what rattles me beyond belief. But first, let me address the forward line. Earlier on, I touched on it. I said maybe the others in the forward line today, and this is not an agenda, this is not me being quote unquote a salosexual. The forward line a little bit did let Mo Salah down today, because it's almost like if Mo Salah doesn't score today, no one else was going to score. Gakpo could have had one. Nunez should have one. Jota, for me, probably in terms of link-up play and build-up, he was there, but he just didn't put the ball in the back of the net. That, for me, is the one criticism I'll have of Diogo Jota, right? So, thing is, for me, with Diogo, I think in terms of passing, by the way, Gakpo the same. So Jota and Gakpo both. I'm giving Jota and Gakpo both credit for passing the ball really well, building up play really well, being involved in build-up really well, keeping the ball well, being press resistant, but they just didn't put the ball in the back of the net. I can live with that. I can live with that. What I can't live with, and this is the thing now, and let us just cut the crap here. I get it, Darwizi causes chaos. Half of the fan base love him. He's the fan base's favorite player, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't speak English, all this. I understand. But at the same time, there comes a point in time where you just sit back and say, I expect better. And with Darwin Nunez, we're not getting the goals, and we're not getting the build-up, and we're not getting the passing element of things. That's the problem. I just feel like sometimes he just shows he kind of has a lack of footballing IQ. Now, I'm not quite sure that Klopp can teach him footballing IQ per se. I'm not quite sure that Jurgen Klopp can teach him the game of football, if you would like, because maybe he just doesn't have it in him. Maybe he's just not that guy when it comes maybe to footballing intelligence, maybe build up play, passing, etc. I think, like, I'm not saying sell him in the summer or anything. I think he'll come good next season. But today's performance for me was really poor. And I think playing him down the middle probably exposes him even more than playing him on the wing. That's another thing. Like, just you saying that you expect better of a player doesn't mean you have an agenda. Even the likes of Brohow, even the Nunez sexuals in the comment section all say, like, bro, like, the chance today, you should have scored. With all due respect, him not putting the Trent opportunity in the back of the net has nothing to do with him not speaking English, And currently, as things stand, the best front three and the second best front three both don't contain Darwin Nunez. And that's a troubling sign. You have Salah on the right, you have Diaz on the left, and Gakpo down the middle in one world. In the other world, you've got Salah on the right, Jota down the middle, and Diaz on the left in the other world. So, like, I just want Darwin Nunez to do better. Here's just the fact, right? Here's just the fact. It's not my opinion. Let us just speak facts. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't, right? The fact is as follows. He has the second most big chances missed in the entire league. He's on single-digit Premier League goals. Erling Haaland has 6 more big chances missed in the Premier League, but he has 30 more goals as well. And even if we don't compare Erling Haaland, even if we compare our own player and Mo Salah, yes, Mo Salah has a lot of big chances missed, but Mo Salah also has a lot of goals. It's normal to have a lot of big chances missed if you have a lot of goals, but the problem is Darwin Nunez sits currently on single-digit goals, and he's not offering us the other stuff as well. And I don't know, like, where we go from here with this whole Nunez situation. So, like, it's not just about lumping up goals and just throwing it in someone's face and going like, oh, look, Darwin Nunez has this many goals, so he's good. Because people call me a salosexual. I'm not. People call me a salosexual. Mo Salah is 1 goal away from scoring 20 goals, right? Mo Salah is 1 goal away from scoring 20 goals this season. I still wouldn't say Mo Salah has had overall a good season, because it's not simply just about goals, right? It's about other things as well. And in the earlier parts of the season, Mo Salah ghosted in games. Mo Salah didn't perform well in certain games. Mo Salah maybe hasn't played up to his level. I think he's picked it up in the last month or so. He's had moments where he's won us games. Of course, that's what Mo Salah does. But I think overall, compared to what Mo Salah can do, you still expect more. So even when people call me a salosexual, I still have criticized him this season. I still criticize Trent this season, even though he's my favorite player. So like my thing is giving constructive criticism to Darwin Nunez's play, and you know, wanting him to improve, and still saying that I still believe he will come good. I still believe Darwin Nunez will come good next season. I still believe Darwin Nunez will come good next season. Does not mean that I can't criticize him as of today. So like, for me, criticizing Darwin Nunez right now got nothing to do with me thinking he's gonna flop or he's gonna fail. I've never made any of these claims. Sorry, I think he will eventually come good. I think he'll score goals for us. But as of this very second, criticizing him for this season, I think is very valid. And now, finally, before I get to the super chats and I speak on transfers and Macallister and stuff, let me just address the elephant in the room. Number 14, as Nidal told us to call him, the thing. You know, there are certain things in life you can call agendas. There are certain things in life maybe you can call, maybe this guy don't like this player, maybe this guy don't like that player, blah, blah, blah. With number 14, it is beyond that level now. It is beyond an agenda. It is beyond just a criticism. It is beyond, it's getting to the stage where it's actually unwatchable. Like, it is genuinely unwatchable. There's a moment in the second half that I just want to take everyone's mind to. We're on the counter-attack. He gets the ball with no one pressuring him whatsoever. 45 seconds to make a pass. Salah and Gakpo are running. He thinks for 15 minutes. Ball gets stolen from him. He gets the ball again. He loses the ball again. That was a quick sequence in 30 seconds. And you know, for number 14, this is my issue, right? People say we should keep Henderson to play the Milner role. And I sit back and I think, does Jordan Henderson have the abilities to even play the Milner role of calming things down? Because my thing is, every time I see Henderson come on the pitch, it is not a calming down things down thing. He actually kind of makes it worse. He actually like applies more pressure on us, if anything. I don't know if you guys like think about it. I don't even think he can play the Milner role anymore. I don't even think he can be the midfielder that comes on to play 10 minutes and calm things down. Because he doesn't offer us assurance. He doesn't offer us the calmness. He doesn't offer us the smartness on the football pitch, if you would like. He really doesn't. So now my thing is, I don't think this is like retrievable with Jordan Henderson. I think this is just an all-time low for him. He's just been absolutely abysmal, horrible this season. You could genuinely make the argument that he's our worst player this whole season. Milner is, I agree with what Selection just said. I was about to say it. Milner is more flexible, more agile, even at his age. You know, more smart, got better footballing ability. Like, if you were to put a knife to my throat and make me make a decision, I'd probably be happy if both of them, you know, kind of left. But if you were to make me make a decision now, Hussam, you only can keep one. I would much rather keep Milner right now. I just don't think Henderson has what it takes to even offer the calmness and the assurance and us keeping our heads. Like, that's my thing, right? Like, people say, okay, keep Henderson so he can play the Milner role and he can calm things down in the last 5 minutes. But I'm sorry, today when he came on, we looked worse and worse and worse and worse. And we lost more control and more control and more control and more control. He doesn't have the athleticism, doesn't have the physical abilities, the IQ. It's just not working out for Jordan anymore. It's really not. And I don't know how he can recover from this level. I really do not know how, you know? I really do not know how he can recover from this level. Like, how? How can he save this whole thing? And if the rumors are true and we do sign in 2-3 midfielders, I really don't even see him playing a role next season. Because you've got Fabinho, you've got Curtis, you've got Thiago, of all three who are by far better than him. And it's not an agenda, guys. Like, I get people saying agenda, but it's not agenda. It's just simply reality. Reality is where we're at right now. Honestly, it's just getting super annoying, man. Anyway, I'm gonna address the super chats now, and then I'm gonna carry on just speaking on the future transfers and kind of where we go from here. Big up to my brother Qusay, says, strange how Trent is out of position all the time lately, but still can get there in time to do the defending. Speechless. Big up. See, Qusay was one of the people who maybe was anti-Trent a little bit, going like, why doesn't he get back? All that stuff. Qusay, thanks so much for the super chat, and I agree with you. And this is why I made sure to, when I spoke on Trent, I mentioned the defensive side, because that a lot of time does get mentioned. That's why when selection asked me, I broke it down offensively and defensively, because defensively for me is where he's improved a lot as well. Big up to Nidal, who says, and Nunez needs to be on the sideline to the end of the season. We have a few games left. We can't afford mistakes. Jota is a great finisher. That's the thing for me. Like, once again, me saying Darwin Nunez can become a great player for us next season. He can become a fantastic player for us next season. He can develop. He can improve. Has nothing to do with what's going on the pitch this season. Once again, this season, Darwin Nunez hasn't been good enough. This season, he hasn't performed at a high level. And I'm going to be so honest with you. I agree with Nidal completely. I would much rather play Jota down the middle, because I also don't like Jota on the wing either. I would much rather play Jota down the middle. And, like, I think for me, Jota down the middle is a lot better for us, even long term, than Darwin Nunez. And then Nidal says, you cannot teach common sense, in between quotation marks. Nunez, that's the thing. Like, people are talking about language, this, blah, blah, blah. Bro, certain decisions, all I know is football ability is a global language, you know? Big up to Ryan, who says, Pep has been the master of this inverted fullback system over the years. Yet we've got his dream inverted fullback. Trent, generational Arnold. I can lie to you. I don't see any player on earth, on the entire planet, that can play the inverted role like Trent. And this is what I was pointing out to selection earlier when I said, I think it's his passing level that just puts him above and beyond. No right back or left back on earth has the passing abilities of Trent Alexander-Arnold. And the reason is, throughout the academy, throughout his entire young career, he was a midfielder anyway. So he has that instinct of a midfielder. So if there's anyone to play the inverted role to a perfection, it's him. It's him. I think he's that guy when it comes to that inverted role. We need to start calling it the Trent role. Thank you, Dustin. Like, the stuff that I'm seeing from Trent, Ryan, there are midfielders on earth that are incapable of doing what this right back does. Big up to AM, who says Darwin Nunez has missed more big chances than he scored, bro. You know, I went to the whole big chances missed thing on the Premier League website, and I see Darwin Nunez on 20 big chances missed with single-digit goals, and I'm just sat there thinking, like, oh my God. Like, you guys, there's agenda and then there's a reality. Simply, Nunez needs to do better. Let us just cut the crap here. Thank you so much, AM, for the super chat. I appreciate you, Akhi. This super chat right here, I'm going to keep it on the screen because I want to address our transfers. Before I do that, guys, we're literally 5 likes away from 100 likes. Everyone watching us right now, every single person watching us, make sure you slap the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Shout out to Qusay, Lee, Ryan, Joel, Felipe, Omar, Selection, Nidal, Sal, and AM for the super chats. Big up to every single person who sends in a super chat. All the people who have supported us in April, May, March, February, January. You guys have been absolutely incredible since the turn of the year. We have hit new heights. I love you all. Thank you guys so much. And we've got so much planned for you this summer as well. Great people coming on, massive people coming on, transfer coming on, journalists coming on. I've got a lot planned, inshallah. So make sure you slap the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And big up to every single one of you. I love you all for the support. Thank you guys so much. So slap that like button. Subscribe to This Is Football. And here's the thing now. Because I'm going to address the elephant in the room. You guys know me. Certain stuff I just don't let go. You guys know. Certain stuff I just don't let go. And, you know, Nidal says buying 2 midfielders and 1 back will enough and perfect for us, I think. Jamie Carragher. You've already embarrassed yourself. You've already embarrassed yourself by defending FSG. By defending FSG and letting Gary Neville attack FSG. You've already embarrassed yourself enough just with that. You come out today and you say Liverpool have saved themselves £100 million because of Trent's new inverted role. I'll go back to what I said on Trent earlier. Why do we never keep the same energy? Does anyone refer to Zinchenko as a midfielder? Does anyone refer to Cancelo as a midfielder when he played there? No. They just say they're an inverted fullback. And furthermore, if anything today proved, today specifically, even after the 1-0 win, it actually proves how much we need a midfielder. What breaking news? Sporting director. Where? Liverpool expected to appoint George Schmadtke as the club's new sporting director. Let us just Google this guy real quick. 1 second. According to Matt Law. Okay, so let us Google this guy. Second. Apparently, the comments are saying he used to play, not used to play, used to be the sporting director at Wolfsburg. 1 second. Let us Google him real quick before we just carry on. Okay, so he's a German goalkeeper, German football manager. He was the new director of sport for Wolfsburg since May 2018. Okay, fair enough. I'll try to find out more about him, and maybe we give you guys a video on him. But anyway, let me just carry on with the whole, just the midfield conversation. If anything today, it proves how much we need a midfielder. When Henderson and Milner came on, we lost all control of the game, and it was just insane chaos. I still remember the statement I made last summer. And this is why I'm keeping this super chat right here. There's depth, and then there's false depth. Putting numbers together and lumping numbers onto each other, like we have X amount of midfielders, does not mean that we have depth. Because depth has never been about just numbers. It's always been about quality and quantity, not just quantity. It's always been about quality as well. And you look at our current midfield, who's actual quality in that? Fabinho and Thiago. And some people don't even think Fabinho's quality like that. Henderson, let's not even speak. Milner, he's gone. Keita's gone. Ox is gone. Curtis Jones, still conversations. So you're really looking at us perhaps having 3. And when you look at the injury record of Thiago, can you even really count Thiago like that when he's injured for 3/4 of the season anyway? So essentially, what the likes of Carragher wants us to do is go into next season with Trent inverted, Henderson and Fabinho again, which won't work. We need midfielders. Today's game, even with the win, proves how much we need a midfielder. The players that are injury prone, the players that are that you know are a problem in terms of their injuries, and others that are a problem in terms of performances, they prove how much we need even midfielders. And now we've gotten to the stage where we need depth in numbers and quality together. Because now we are no longer at a stage where we just need a quality starter who will come in and start for us and be unbelievable. No. We need depth, quality, and quantity. So for me, I've seen the links to Macallister. I don't know if the price tag is just a little bit too much, though. I don't like him for 80 million. I think that's too much money. And if we do buy him for 80 million, then that begs the question. 80 million Macallister, you told me I can't buy Jude, and apparently he's going 88 million. Like, what? That's the thing. It makes me ask more questions. For me, I've always referred to the summer as the package deal concept. And I'll elaborate on that now. It's always been, for me personally, what is the right package deal? There is a world in which I think Macallister is a phenomenal signing. There is a world in which Macallister isn't the greatest signing. It depends on the package deal concept. And I'll explain to you what I mean now. It is well documented that Liverpool Football Club is going to buy either 2 midfielders or 3 midfielders this summer. Either 2 or 3. So my thing is, as a package of midfielders, it has to make sense. So the package, the collective package, has to make sense together. Macallister, Ugarte, and Lavia makes sense. Macallister, Ugarte, and what's his name? Who's the third guy? Not Gravenberg, guys. That's the third guy we've been linked with. Who? How have I forgotten his name? No, not Mount. I'm gonna address Mount in a second. Wait, who? What's his name? How can I forget his name? I've already said Lavia. Bro, there's a guy. I've just went through a brain fart right there. Oh my God, how have I forgotten? Kone. Thank you very much, Luke. Kone. A midfield trio of Kone, Ugarte, and Macallister makes sense. It's about, for me, the package deal concept. Now, the thing is, you look at this summer, and this is where I'm going to just cut the crap here, and you guys know me, you guys know my opinions, you guys know my thoughts. This is where, for me, the Mason Mount thing triggers me. Thank you so much, Nidal. This is where, for me, the Mason Mount thing triggers me. And I'll tell you why it triggers me. If this video was happening in October 2022, if this video was happening in October 2022, September, August, and I said, guys, we're going to sign Mason Mount, not a single person here would have been okay with it. No one would have liked it. Not a single person would have liked it. Now I question the simple defeatist mentality of, I didn't want Mount, but because the club is linked with him, and maybe it looks like we're going to sign him, I'm just going to back him like that. Why don't you just stick to your opinion? What has changed from then to now? If anything, Mason Mount is probably having his worst ever season. So if anything, he performed like shit. And now someone will come tell me Mason Mount's better than Henderson. Congratulations. So is 95% of the English Premier League midfielders. We cannot sit up here. We cannot sit up here and use Jordan Henderson as a measuring stick. Oh, at least he's better than Henderson. No problem. So is 90% of the league. 90% of the league is better than Henderson. You ask people like Selection who are turncoats because they're ability merchants, what do they like about Mason Mount? He'll tell you he's a half-turn specialist, which made me laugh for half an hour. Man has no certain attribute or ability that he's very good at. He's not a very good passer. He's not a very good shooter. He's not a very good dribbler. He's not a very good crosser. He's just average across the board. He's just average across the board. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work for me. And I'm going to criticize it. I am going to criticize it. And I'm going to speak against it. And I'm going to voice my honest opinion. And I would like nothing more than to get proven wrong. But I will honestly voice my opinion, because my thing is like, these conversations 7-8 months ago, everyone would have been anti-Mount. Everyone. If I even mentioned Mason Mount, everyone would have been like, what? Mason Mount? Are you crazy, Hussam? Why are you speaking on Mason Mount? We didn't go to chase a quadruple to sign Mason Mount. Now we're linked with him. Everyone suddenly sits back and goes like, oh, I think Mason Mount is okay. And here's my thing. We have a similar problem to Mason Mount. He has noodle hair. He's a blondie, a little bit short. His name's Harvey Elliott. Mason Mount, by definition, is a problem, and let me tell you why. Mason Mount is one of them hybrid players. Not really a winger, not really a midfielder. He's not dynamic enough to play the number 8. He's not direct enough or fast enough to play the wing. I'm going to make a crazy statement right now that might make people shocked, but I'm going to say it. I would rather keep Curtis Jones and play him as the right central midfielder than pay 60 million for Mason Mount, because that is the biggest waste of money I've ever seen my entire life. And let me make something clear. I said something on Twitter. I said that do you know more than Klopp card has expired. I'll tell you why. After this season, thinking that do you know more than Klopp response just shuts people up by nature is gone now. Because factually speaking, the people who did want a midfield last summer were right and Klopp were wrong. And it's okay. That doesn't mean I should be Liverpool manager. Like, he should be Liverpool manager. Of course, I'm not comparing myself to him. But at the same time, when I was asking for a midfielder last summer and I had all these conversations, like, we oversaw these things coming. So the do you know more than Klopp response is not really the smart intellectual flex that you think it is. Klopp can be wrong and a fan can be right. It happens. You know, no person is perfect. And the thing is, for me, like, I look at this Mason Mount thing and I'm like, there's nothing that really elevates him above other midfielders. He doesn't really have a special trait that he does at a very good level. He's not fast enough or direct enough to play on the wing, not dynamic enough to play the 8. Why are we signing him? Why? Because if our idea is just a functioning midfielder, big up to Kurdish who mentioned this on the space earlier today, we can go get Rodrigo de Paul. We can go get John McGinn for half the price. Honestly, we can just go get some random guy who just runs around. Rodrigo de Paul, World Cup winner. Bring him in with Macallister. Let's run it back, that Argentina midfield. You know, so the thing is, I'm not claiming I know more than Klopp. All I'm saying is sometimes you can be right and Klopp wrong. Most of the time, Klopp's going to be right and you wrong. But at the end of the day, my thing is, I think 99% of the people on earth would have said no to Mason Mount in October. Now, suddenly, just because we're linked to him, everyone just falls back and says, yeah, I accept it. Well, personally, I ain't going to be like, yes, I accept it. Oh my God, we're linked to him, so I have to just blindly support. I have never been the guy that will blindly support a player. Never. Never. So for me personally, I look at that Mason Mount situation. I don't want him at all. I don't think he improves us. I think if we sign him, he's going to be a massive flop. And I would much rather many different players. I'd rather Lavia. I'd rather Macallister. I'd rather Caicedo. I'd rather Pedro Goncalves. I would rather like 100 people. You know, many. I would mention 100 people. I would rather sign over Mason Mount. So the thing is, like, paying this much for Mason Mount would be a catastrophe. And I don't think he improves us or elevates us or gets us to where we need to be in terms of that midfield position. My ideal, now that Jude is gone, Hussam's 3 is as follows. This is my 3. If I could do anything I wanted, right? My 3 is as follows. Manuel Ugarte, Caicedo, Quadio Kone. Done. If I sign those 3, boom. I think Ugarte is that defensive presence. Caicedo, unbelievable. And by the way, Caicedo could play the 8 as well. And he could play for the tacticals like selection. We watched him play right back for Brighton, 3 days ago. He could play the RCM. And Manu Kone, because I think Kone is the truth, you guys. I've seen him. I think he's the truth. Those 3 for me would be my ideal. If I take out Kone and put in Lavia, I still like it a lot. If I take out Kone and Lavia and put in Pedro Goncalves, I still like it a lot. If I take out Pedro Goncalves and just thinking of midfielders here, Kefren Turam would be unbelievable for me. I think there is many players on earth that would improve us massively, and their benchmark is not simply being better than Henderson. Their benchmark is they're the truth. Those are the things for me. And like, here's the one thing that would really confuse me with the whole Caicedo thing. I think Caicedo is better than Macallister personally. And I ask myself, if Caicedo only would cost 10 million more than Macallister, let's say Macallister costs 50, Caicedo costs 60. If Caicedo only costs 10 million more than Macallister, I would be happy to pay that 10 million. And now here's the thing. And this is the final point I'm going to make before I wrap it up. Last video, I asked you guys a question. I said, do you guys think a centre-back now is just as important as signing a midfielder? And a lot of you guys said yes. This is what I don't want to happen. We signed 2-3 midfielders, and now we sit back and we say, I trust Gomez, I trust Matip, and we just go like, we're going to run it back. I don't want us to do to the centre-backs in 2023 what we did to the central midfielders in 2022. I don't want us to do that. I don't want us to sit back and do this whole, oh my God, I trust this guy, I trust that guy, blah, blah, blah. Because we have 4 injury-prone centre-backs. Don't lie, every time Konate falls on the ground, you're kind of a little bit scared. Every time Konate falls on the ground, you're probably a little bit scared that he might be injured. Also, don't lie, every time Virgil van Dijk falls on the ground for more than 10 seconds, you're a little bit scared. Gomez and Matip, you already know they're injury prone, and when they play, they ain't that good anyway. So, like, for me, we definitely need a centre back. And I don't want us to now go like, Hussam, you moaned about the midfield for an entire year. Now we signed 2 midfielders, 3 midfielders. You're not happy? Some people can never be happy, FFS. Like, no. We have to address what we need to address. And by the way, now, you told me that we can't afford a Ferrari. You told me we can't afford a Ferrari. Okay, if you're saying I don't want to afford a Ferrari, you better go get me 5 Toyotas. Meaning, get me the 3 midfielders. And I think there's a guy been mentioning it in the comment section. Sorry, I just didn't check your name. A full-back cover, because we definitely need that, right-back cover. And get me a centre-back. Okay, you don't want to buy a Ferrari? Go buy me the 5 Toyotas. Don't buy me 4 Toyotas. Don't buy me with a missing Toyota. Go buy me 5 Toyotas. And let us see what happens. Super chats. Big up to Domo who says top 4 loading. My brother, I can't lie to you. Here's the thing, Domo. I've said this publicly and I'll say it again. For me, this goes down to Bournemouth and Wolves. Let us assume for the sake of argument, right? Just to make life very simple. Let's assume for the sake of argument, West Ham beat Man United tomorrow. It ain't about West Ham. It's about Bournemouth and Wolves. What happens? That's really what it comes down to. Wolves and Bournemouth. Are they gonna happen? That's what matters, right? If that happens, then we talk. Simple as. Big up to you, my brother. Big up to Amarjit says, if Real Madrid is getting Jude for 88 million, then he rejected us. This is what I was saying earlier. You know, the price has been rumored at 88 million. Don't mean it's true. Jones from Tongues. Who was chatting shit on my name? Where? Tell me. I'm always ready. Anyway, if the rumored price tag is true, then okay, fair enough. You know, then I have to ask questions. I'm gonna be honest with you. Thanks so much, Amarjit. Big up to Captain Salo says I mount out even before he joins. Same. I don't want Mason Mount at all. And I'm gonna voice my opinion. I'm gonna speak the opinion that I honestly, genuinely have. And if people don't like it, people want to call me this, call me that. I've already been called every name under the sun anyway. And now we're 5th, fighting for top 4. And big up to Ilya who says, I think Kone, Macallister, and Ugarte will be good. That's my ideal 3 right there. If we sign, take out Macallister, put Caicedo, would be my ideal 3. But I would really like those 3 as well. I think those 3 for me is real good. These 3 for me is definitely real good. Thank you so much, Ilya, for the super chat. I agree with you completely. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up here, my lovely people. Thank you guys so much for joining yet another match reaction. Make sure you slap the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Big up to Ilya, Amarjit, Domo, AM, Sal, Nidal, Selection, Omar, Felipe, Joel, Ryan, Lee, and Qusay for the super chats. Big up to every single super chat. Big up to everyone who liked. Big up to everyone who subscribed. Make sure you slap the like button. Make sure you all subscribe to This Is Football if you're ready to do so. Every single person watching us right now, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are yet to do so. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. And I saw. I've already spoken on. I have no idea on him. I'm gonna speak on him when I can. Thank you guys for all the love and support. We'll be back tomorrow, inshallah, for a Man United West Ham watch along where we will be blowing bubbles. And inshallah, the Premier League review show if all things go to plan. Love for the love, my love people. Thank you so much for the support. Congratulations, Liverpool fans. We won, and we will speak soon, my lovely people. Inshallah. Peace.